Hey, sorry to message out of the blue, but where are you right now? I haven't seen you anywhere.
Wow, really? What do you think? I'm working, obviously. What's with the sudden interrogation?
Okay, but we're literally supposed to be in a meeting right now. But you're just not here.
What meeting are you even talking about? I got a ton going on today.
You know, the one the whole company's been waiting on. It's supposed to be one of the most important developments we've had in forever. You were supposed to lead from the sales side. We all got the memo, and it clearly said you'd be representing our team.
Oh, that. Yeah, well, then you'll have to handle it for me. I got my hands full with other stuff right now.
Wait, what? You can't be serious. You're the leader on this. You can't just blow it off and throw it on me like that. That's not how this works. You really need to wrap up whatever you're doing and get in here now.
You think if I could just drop everything and walk into that meeting, I wouldn't have done that already? I can't, all right? That's why I'm telling you to go.
All right then, what exactly is so important that you can't step away? What kind of work are you doing?
I'm doing sales, field work. You know, pounding the pavement, looking for new clients, trying to bring in new business. That's kind of important, right?
You say that every time you disappear, but I've got to ask, are you actually doing sales? Because from where I'm standing, it doesn't look like we've gained even a single new client from all your so-called field work.
Excuse me? Are you seriously accusing me of slacking off right now?
Honestly, I'm just saying, it wouldn't be such a wild assumption. That's how it looks. It's not like there's anything to prove otherwise.
Unbelievable. You get a few good results under your belt, and now suddenly you think you've got the right to question your boss?
That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not coming at you with some ego trip. I'm just saying you're a team leader. You should act like it. That means showing up and taking responsibility, not vanishing and leaving everything to the rest of us.
I'll be the judge of whether I'm showing up or not, and I say I am, so that's that.
If that were really the case, then I wouldn't have to be texting you like this.
You know what? You're the only one who ever talks to me like this. You really think I can't see what you're trying to do? You want my job! You want to drag me down so you can step up and take over!
What? No, I couldn't care less about chasing some promotion. And do you want to know why no one else calls you out? It's because they're scared of you. You've got everyone too intimidated to speak up.
Oh, come on, that's nonsense. They're not intimidated by me, they respect me. It's precisely because of my excellent leadership that I've won the whole team's respect.
You're not leading, you're dumping your work on your subordinates and then ghosting. If you want people to respect you, then show them what leadership actually looks like.
What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm taking initiative. Everyone should be watching me and learning from what I do.
If anyone actually followed your example, this whole company would be in shambles by next week. Please, just come to the meeting. We need you there. If you keep blowing things off like this, people are going to start asking questions.
All right, fine. You've made your point. I'll head back now. Just make up some excuse for me. Tell them I'll be there soon.
Understood, but seriously, please get here as fast as you can. Hey, can we talk for a sec? There's something I want to run by you.
Sure, what's up? Everything okay?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It turns out the company I work for is hitting kind of a big milestone this year. We're celebrating our founding's 50th anniversary.
Wow, seriously? Your company's been around that long? That's actually kinda impressive.
Right? I was surprised too, and because of that, they've decided to throw this big anniversary celebration. And it's not just for employees either. They're saying spouses can come too. So, I was hoping you could come with me. What do you think? I know you're busy, but I'd really like you to be there with me.
Are you sure you want me to be there?
What? Of course I want you there.
Well, wouldn't it be kind of awkward for you? I'm quite a bit older than you. Aren't you going to be embarrassed introducing some middle-aged guy as your husband?
That is not true, and you know it. First of all, I'm not exactly a kid myself anymore, okay? And second, we've always said age doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, but 12 years is a pretty big gap. People are going to notice, and they're gonna talk.
Let them. Who cares? I honestly couldn't care less what anyone has to say about us. And honestly, I feel like this is kind of the perfect opportunity. We never had a proper wedding, so I've never had the opportunity to introduce you to my coworkers. I think this could be a nice way to finally do that.
Yeah, you're right. I've thought about that too, actually. I still feel bad that we couldn't have a real ceremony. I mean, every woman dreams of wearing a white dress, right?
Hey, come on now. Don't go dragging up the past. We had no money back then. We could barely stay afloat. A wedding just wasn't something we could make happen, and we both knew that. You don't have to beat yourself up about it forever.
I know, but I still regret it, you know? It's always kind of been in the back of my mind.
Well, don't let it haunt you. I'm actually proud of how far we've come since then. Watching you work so hard and build yourself up like that, it's seriously inspiring.
You're giving me too much credit. If I've made it this far, it's only because you've been there supporting me every step of the way.
No, you got here because you worked for it. I was just there for the ride.
Well, if that's how you feel, then yeah, I guess I'll go.
Great! I'm glad. One thing, though, if anyone starts asking about how we met or anything like that, I'm just gonna keep it vague, so play along, okay?
Got it. I'll follow your lead. And seriously, thanks for thinking of me. I mean it.
Of course. I'll send you the date and all the details later, so just double-check your schedule when you get a chance, okay?
Will do.
I hope you've got a very good explanation for this.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Why did you kick my husband at the party?
Oh, that old guy? Please, I'm the one who deserves an explanation. What possessed you to drag that geezer to a company anniversary party meant for professionals?
He's my husband. Of course he came. The company said spouses could come, didn't they?
Ha! I would have believed you if you said he was your father. You brought a wrinkled retiree to a high-profile corporate event. You should have taken him home the second you saw how out of place he looked.
What is your problem, Norton? Both of us were really looking forward to that party, and you ruined it.
You clearly have no idea what kind of event that was. That party wasn't just a casual get-together, it was an enormous PR opportunity. There were tons of important external guests in attendance, investors, partners, media reps. This was our company's moment to shine in front of outsiders.
And
you show up with that dried-up, hunched-over guy at your side? Do you even realize what that looked like to ordinary people? If they see someone like that tied to our company, it drags us down. You really think someone's gonna want to buy our stock after seeing some decrepit old man at our events?
tell me you're not serious. What kind of logic is that? What matters is what we do and the work we put out, not someone's hairstyle or how many wrinkles they have.
God, you're naive. In this world, image matters. Appearances are a massive part of how people judge companies. I can't believe I even have to explain that to you.
You're welcome to have your opinion about how the real world works. But even if that were true, kicking him? That's not okay. You don't get to assault someone just because you don't like how they look.
Oh, please, what? Is he gonna break in half from one little kick? He's probably been sitting on his butt for years. It's not like it's going to affect anything.
I don't think you understand how serious this is. My husband already has a bad back from years of overwork. If your little tantrum winds up making it worse to the point it affects his job, what are you going to do about that?
What job? He looks like a washed-up desk warrior just waiting to retire. The world won't skip a beat if he can't work.
You don't know anything about him. Why are you making these disgusting assumptions?
It's not an assumption. It's just a plain truth. The only type of man who'd marry you is someone already out of options, probably someone pushing retirement who wanted a caregiver.
Wow, that is genuinely one of the most degrading things anyone's ever said to me. I'm gonna make you regret that remark.
Oh, shut up, would you? I'm sick of you and your attitude. You've been a thorn in my side from the very beginning. How's about you just quit and go take care of your grandpa husband full time? That's clearly where your real energy is.
Are you even listening to yourself? I'm not leaving my job. I've worked hard to get where I am. I'm not throwing that away because you decided to throw a tantrum at a formal party.
You? Don't be ridiculous. We'd be doing just fine without you. I've got subordinates I can use however I want. I'll get the sales numbers I need with or without you.
You're not using anyone. You're dumping your work on people and calling it leadership. That's not managing. That's hiding behind your title and hoping nobody calls you out.
That's how I run my team. If you don't like it, then get out. Quit. You're nothing but dead weight around here anyway. Might as well go live some sad little life with your wrinkly husband in a tiny apartment.
All right. I think I've heard enough out of you. You've made your position clear.
Good. Then are you finally quitting? Is that what this is?
No, not yet. First, I'm taking my husband to the hospital to get him checked out. He's in pain thanks to you, so if you'll excuse me, I'm leaving for now.
Yeah, whatever. Honestly, that's a relief. The less I have to see you, the better.
One last thing, just a tiny request.
What now?
When you get a chance later tonight, can you do me a favor and turn on the evening news?
What kind of weird request is that? Whatever. If I feel like it, maybe I'll watch.
That's all I ask. Have a good evening.
You know what would make my evening be the best ever? You tendering your resignation, effective immediately! Hey, what the hell is going on? What is this?
Can I take this to mean you watch the news?
Yeah, I saw it. Why else would I be talking to you right now? Our company is getting bought out? Is that for real?
Yes, it's true. The company's been struggling for a long time now. Management's been quietly looking for someone to take us over and help turn things around. I guess they finally found the right company to do it.
Okay, but that's not even the main issue right now. They had a comment from the CEO of the company that's buying us out, and it was your husband? You never said anything about that! What is going on here?
Honestly, I didn't know it was going to come out this way either, but yes. My husband owns and runs a number of companies as a CEO. Our company's CEO recognized his talents and approached him about buying us out. My husband talked to me about it, and after a lot of thought, he decided to buy the company. And it's thanks to him that we're going to avoid bankruptcy.
You've gotta be kidding me! That boring old man from the party is a CEO?!
Yeah, he is definitely not flashy. He's never been the type to show off or wear designer suits or brag about anything. But for the party, he actually tried to dress up a bit for my sake. I thought he looked quite nice, honestly.
Wait, is that why he was at the party? Was it about the buyout?
No, I just invited him because he's my husband, that's all. Although, I did tell our CEO that he would be coming. And when he left suddenly, thanks to you, the president was honestly pretty disappointed.
Did you tell the president about what happened?
Not yet. My priority was taking my husband to the hospital first. But I'll be back in the office tomorrow, and yes, I plan to speak with him about all of this in person.
Wait, please, just hear me out! Let me explain my side before you say anything to the higher-ups!
I already heard your side, loud and clear. You said having my husband there was an embarrassment to the company. That he dragged down our image, that seeing someone like him made us look bad.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking straight, okay? I got the wrong idea. I thought some random outsider had snuck into the party. I panicked. That event was filled with executives, VIPs, and important partners. I just didn't want any problems.
I looked you dead in the eyes and introduced him to you as my husband, Norton. Did that conversation completely slip your mind?
No, I didn't forget. I guess I couldn't believe it. The age difference threw me off. It didn't make sense in my head, and I assumed the worst.
If you were confused, then why didn't you just talk to me? Why didn't you ask? If you wanted proof of who he was, I could have presented as much as you liked. There are people here who know about our marriage. We could have talked to them.
You're absolutely right. I jumped to conclusions. I was wrong, and I should have handled it better. Just please don't report this to upper management. It'll ruin me.
I think it's a little late for begging, don't you? Something this serious shouldn't just get swept under the rug. I'm not going to let you spin this as you just being concerned about our big shots.
But I legitimately was concerned. I don't know what else to say. There was no ill will behind what I did at all.
No ill will? You kicked my husband. You insulted him to my face. You told me I wasn't good enough for a decent man and assumed I settled for someone old and pathetic. That was malicious. Whether you meant it or not, you caused real harm.
All right, fine, I get it, but can I at least talk to your husband? I want to apologize to him directly. I think it's the least I can do.
Honestly, that depends on him. He's the one who got hurt, so I'm going to let him decide how to move forward. How he feels about your apology will shape how I respond to all of this.
That's fair, I get that. Could you give me his contact info then?
All right, I'll send it to you, but I should warn you to choose your words carefully with him. Your future literally depends on it.
Hello, sir. This is Norton from earlier. I'm head of our company's sales department and your wife's boss. I wanted to sincerely apologize for what happened earlier today.
Yes, I heard about everything from Melissa. I've got to be honest, I never imagined I'd get kicked at a formal event. That was definitely a first.
I'm truly sorry. Really. How's your back doing now? Are you okay? I mean, was it serious?
Well, nothing seems to be broken, if that's what you're asking. The pain's still there, definitely. It's not gone, but I'll manage. We had it checked out.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I never should have let things go that far. It's just, I couldn't believe you were actually her husband. When I saw you, I assumed you were someone else entirely. I thought that maybe someone had slipped in who wasn't supposed to be there.
Well, Melissa did explain who I was, didn't she? If you had your doubts, you could have asked someone instead of, kicking me to the ground.
You're right. I take full responsibility. I was completely in the wrong. I don't have any excuses.
Look, I'm not here to demand anything or make threats. I'm not even interested in talking about it, honestly. If you say it was a misunderstanding, then maybe it was. People make assumptions, I get it.
Thank you. I really appreciate your understanding. And I know what this must look like, but I promise I'm not just apologizing to make this all go away. I actually just learned just now that your company is the one acquiring ours. I want to atone by working harder and proving myself going forward.
You're welcome to feel that way. And maybe you're right that doing your job well is one way to make up for this. But even so, I can't just let this whole thing slide.
What do you mean? Is there something else?
You insulted my wife, not just me. You said she could only marry someone like me because no one else would take her. You mocked her for being with an old man. I hope I don't need to tell you how hurtful that was.
So, you heard that part too?
Yes, I did, and it broke my heart to hear it. Melissa is the most extraordinary person I've ever known. The fact that she even chose to be with me, I still feel like I don't deserve her. But she's stayed by my side every step of the way.
I didn't realize what an amazing woman she was. I see now that she's not only capable, she's an essential member of my team, an extraordinary asset.
Extraordinary doesn't even cover it. When I met her, I had nothing. I'd lost everything. At the time, I was running a small restaurant, and a devastating flood destroyed everything I had. My business was gone. My home was in ruins. I was at rock bottom.
That must have been a horrible experience.
It was, but then she showed up. Melissa came to volunteer with a disaster recovery team. I still remember the way she talked to me. She didn't treat me like some broken man. She treated me like I mattered, even when I didn't believe that myself. That moment changed everything.
That's how the two of you met?
Yeah, it started there. Because of her, I got back on my feet. I started over, and eventually I launched a new business. It wasn't easy, but I worked like hell to make it grow. She's been with me through every difficult decision, every sleepless night. The life I have now, the stability, the success, all of it exists because she chose to stand beside me.
I understand now, I really do. I said things that were completely inexcusable. I judged you both without knowing a thing about your story. I'm so sorry.
You can apologize all you'd like, but you can't unsay the things you said to her.
I understand, but is there any way I can make this right?
No. I'm sorry, but I can't just accept that apology and pretend it didn't happen. I plan to report this incident formally. What happens next is out of my hands.
Wait, seriously? You're going to report it?
Yes, actions have consequences, Mr. Norton. I think it's time you learned that.
Hey Norton, could you send me the materials related to the Miller project? Just forward them to my work address when you get the chance.
So, they really went and made you the new sales team leader. I bet you're feeling pretty smug right now.
I don't have time for gloating. I need to get to work on this project. The entire future of the company could hinge on how this plays out. And thanks to you, now I have to pick up the reins ASAP while dealing with that stress.
Well, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have gone running to upper management like a tattletale. If you hadn't opened your mouth, none of this would have happened.
Come on, you know perfectly well this wasn't just about the party. The people above you had already lost faith. You kicking our new owner was just the final straw.
You sound like you're not too confident you can do it, though. Why not tell management to reinstate me?
I'm not saying I'm the perfect fit. I have my doubts, of course. But what I do know is that you were absolutely the wrong person for the job. So yes, I actually think this change is for the best. Not just for me, but for the entire team.
You're telling me that one slip-up at a social event means I can't do my job?
No, that's not it. I'm saying you have a track record. Pushing inconvenient work onto others, avoiding real responsibility, showing up late to meetings, and treating leadership like it's optional. That's what got you removed.
So you've been judging me this whole time?
I've been observing, and honestly, I think a lot of people were seeing the same thing. The incident at the party might have sped things up, but if we're being honest, you would have been pulled off this project sooner or later. You've missed too many critical meetings to be trusted with its success.
Look at you, talking like a big girl. Now that you're the wife of a powerful CEO, suddenly you get to stand on a soapbox and preach, huh?
I've always spoken this way to you. The only difference is that you refuse to listen. You never took me seriously until now, when your own job is slipping through your fingers.
Fine, whatever. I'll send the damn documents. You want the responsibility? Take it! Let's see how you handle it when things go south, and they will. Oh, but that's right, you're sleeping with the boss! He'll keep you from facing any consequences. Lucky you!
You can believe whatever helps you sleep at night. But I'm doing this for the company, and I'm going to give it all I've got.
Great, then I'll just go prove myself somewhere else. I'll get results on another team and climb back up the ladder before you know it!
All right then, good luck. I genuinely hope you do.
Melissa, this was your doing, wasn't it?
I'm going to need you to be more specific. What exactly are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. I just got word from upstairs. They're assigning me to a branch office. I'm being demoted. You're telling me you had nothing to do with that?
That would be a question for human resources, wouldn't it? I work in sales. What do you think I could possibly do to affect your personal file?
Cut the act. You went and said something to your husband, didn't you? You got in his ear and convinced him to push me out. Admit it!
Goodness, Norton, that's a very serious allegation of impropriety. Too bad it's a total load of nonsense.
Oh, come on. Don't talk like this has got nothing to do with you. I'm being exiled here. You expect me to believe it's just a coincidence?
I'll say this once. My husband has not and cannot interfere with this company's personnel decisions. Yes, the acquisition is official and our company will become a subsidiary of his. But that formal transition won't take place until March of next year. Until then, everything still functions as it always has. My husband has no administrative authority here.
Then explain it! Why is this happening to me now? What did I do to deserve this?
Do you really want to know? Fine. It's because your repeated abuse of power finally caught up with you. The yelling, the threats, the way you dumped work on junior staff and barked at them in meetings, all that didn't go unnoticed. Several of the younger employees in sales reported you for harassment. Human Resources launched an investigation and they found enough to act on.
Harassment? You're saying I got shipped off for being tough on my team?
Tough? Is that what you're calling it? You humiliated people. You treated everyone beneath you like they were disposable. You created a toxic environment where people were afraid to speak up. But someone finally did, and now leadership knows exactly what you've been doing all along.
You've gotta be kidding me. So that's it? I'm being punished for doing my job and offending your precious husband?
No, you're facing consequences for not doing your job properly. This has nothing to do with my husband. What's happening now isn't sabotage, it's accountability.
So what? That's it? This is final? There's no way to reverse this decision?
Of course it's final. What did you think would happen? That someone would sweep it under the rug just because you said please?
I can't do this. I can't go from section chief back to rank and file. If I get sent to some lousy branch office, my career is over. I've worked so hard. I earned my title. I won't let you take it from me.
You think you worked hard? You have a title, yes, but did you ever back it up with real results? I've never seen you complete a project on your own. I've never once seen you take responsibility when something went wrong. You spent your time bossing others around and taking credit for their effort. And now you're shocked the company wants a fresh start?
I was going to do better, I swear! I had plans! I was just about to turn things around!
Then maybe this is your chance. You get to start over, a new environment, a clean slate. Show everyone what you're really capable of, if you actually have it in you.
Don't do this to me, please! Put in a good word for me! Help me stay at corporate HQ! I'm begging you!
No, I won't. And you know why? Because this didn't happen to you. It happened because of you. You acted like being section chief made you untouchable. You treated people like dirt, and now you're facing the consequences. You're being demoted, and that's final. Good luck at the branch office, Norton. Keep your head down and try not to screw up too badly. After that, Norton was officially transferred to a regional branch and began working there. But once he realized he was no longer in the running for any promotions, he completely lost his motivation. He started skipping work, showing up late, or disappearing altogether. Eventually, the company had no choice but to let him go. Now, he's unemployed and has no real plans to get back on his feet. He's just drifting, burning through his savings and living each day without purpose. As for me, I stepped into the role of project leader in his place and gave it everything I had. The project was a success, and thanks to that achievement, I was officially promoted to section chief. Not long after, our company formally became a direct subsidiary of my husband's firm. Now, more than ever, I feel the responsibility to keep working hard, not just for my team, but for him too.